let's unbox some tech. So between this TikTok account and just being a huge nerd that likes trying out new tech, I get a lot of tech in the mail, and whether it was sent to me or I order it myself, I almost never know what it is by the time it gets here, so I thought I'd share that joy with you guys while I figure it out. First up, we have these Aqara sensors. I ordered these to make a video on setting up smart home automations with sensors, so you'll see that coming soon. This is a water leak sensor and a door opening sensor. Next up, it literally feels like there's nothing in this bag. I actually have no clue what this is. This is I'm not actually going to show it because it has a bunch of information on it, but this is a SIM card for a new phone. Again, absolutely no clue. Two things in here. Okay, so we got the Eufy 2C. These are the outdoor smart home security cameras I recommend. I actually gave the ones I had away to friends because I don't need them here at my apartment, but I wanted to make another video on them, so I got some more to review and talk about a little bit further. And, oh, this is another Aqara sensor, just like the ones I showed you earlier. I'm gonna make another video on them, blah, 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 but this is a temperature and humidity sensor. Big box, once again, no clue. Oh, I remember what this is. So this is actually something I'm really excited to check out. This is a Thread, I believe it's Thread, or it's at least a HomeKit compatible humidifier. It is actually Thread. Really excited to try this out because this is like a class of smart home device I've never actually tried before, and I can think of a bunch of really cool automations for it. So stay tuned. Anyway, that's my little tech unboxing. I'll do these every few days if you guys like them. Thanks for watching. Bye. So you want to get into 3D printing. What printer should you buy? The first printer I'd recommend is the Ender V3 SE. This is the cheapest of all the options at $220. This is actually the printer that I use. I actually have an older version of it, and I love this thing to bits. Now, Ender printers are the most popular 3D printers in the world for a good reason, and there's a ton of resources on them out there. But, and this is a big but, Ender printers are built for hobbyists. While they will almost always work out of the box, they're one of those machines that you have to fine tune and tweak over time, and things will come up and you have to troubleshoot them. You're gonna have to learn about 3D printing over time to operate this thing regularly and use it to its full potential. Now, that's not a bad thing. I use Enders because of this. I enjoy the tinkering and learning about 3D printing and learning how to fine tune and troubleshoot things. Because they're so popular, it's such a good platform for iterating, modding, adding things on, testing new stuff, and when you get an Ender 3 dialed in, you cannot beat the quality you get for the price. It just takes a little bit of tinkering to get there. Now, if you don't want all that and don't want to have to think about the nuances of 3D printing and learning how to tinker on your machine and fine tune it, there's a few really good options on the market for that. Now, I'm going to show you 3 different printers in this category of pretty much plug and play where there's almost no setup needed, and they're all from a company called Bambu Lab. The first one and the most accessible of all of them is the A1 Mini. This clocks in at 300 USD. Still requiring a small amount of setup, this is going to be far more reliable than an Ender. The only downside of this is the print bed side is much smaller. This is only 180 by 180. For context, the Ender was around 300. If you want that same level of super easy plug and play setup, the A1 is your next step up. It's $100 more at $400. And then lastly, if you really don't want setup, you want as true plug and play as possible, the Bambu P1S is your go-to. This thing gets pretty pricey at $700, but this thing is calibrated from the factory, guaranteed pretty much for you to be able to plug it in and be able to print within 15 minutes, as it says right here. It does have an enclosure for the printer, which allows you to print more advanced materials. Nothing you'll need to worry about when you start off, but it's something you may want later down the line. Another really cool thing about all the Bambu printers is they all have the option to add a multicolor filament setup. This is something that, again, you can do on the Ender, but you have to get pretty heavy with modifications. If you have a use case where you're going to want to be printing in multiple colors of plastics on the same model, this is a really seamless way to do it, and another great reason to go with the Bambu printers. If you just want your printer to work and you are willing to pay the extra price, the Bambu printers are probably the better option. But if you want to learn to tinker and you want to take up 3D printing as a hobby, I really love the Enders and the price point is pretty accessible. On top of that, as a caveat, one of the downsides of having something so plug and play, almost like an appliance like the Bambu, is in the odd case that it does break, you're not going to know anything and not going to be able to fix it. But from my understanding, Bambu does have a really solid support team that can kind of help you through that, but just something to consider. TLDR, if you're watching this channel, you're a huge nerd, you like to tinker and or you're price sensitive, the Ender 3 is probably going to be your best bet. Other than that, Bambu Labs printers are also going to be great options. All those printers will be linked in my bio. Hope that helped. Thanks for watching.